Are communities under siege by criminals? Police Minister Bheki Cele says that most contact crimes were down in the first 3 months of the year. But despite this, Zandspruit in Johannesburg has been the scene of an incident of mob violence. 4 young men were beaten and burned to death in the early hours of yesterday morning. But for the very latest on this, I'm now joined by my colleague eNCA reporter Masego Ratlaga, who is currently in Zandspruit. Masego, good to have you and good morning to your colleague. But at the same time, terrible scenes in Zandspruit just yesterday where 4 young men were beaten and burned to death. What is the situation right now this morning?
Well, the situation here at Dumelo has gone a bit back to normal compared to the scenes that we found here yesterday. Of course, people are going about their lives, but they do know what happened here yesterday. Some of them are talking about, what they themselves saw, the uncomfortable scenes that they saw yesterday. Some of them telling us about some of the crimes that have been happening in the community. But of course, a lot of them saying that they are not proud about what happened here yesterday in the early hours of yesterday morning, with those 9 boys who were taken from their homes, beaten and then burnt, 4 of them passing away and 5 of them still in hospital at the moment. We're not sure about the injuries they sustained, but of course their families are hoping that they survive. I'm just going to approach some of the community members here at Dumelo. I had, of course, prepared some interviews with people, but it's quite early in the morning and there are some people who are still asleep. But I'm seeing children and the other people, parents going to work, making their way to taxi ranks, for instance, to make their way to work. And I just want to find out from them how safe they feel here in Zandspruit. Bagolo dumelang? Re teng mama. Ke ne ke batla ho botsa fela Hantse le tsa mama Zandspruit ke gola le utlwile taba etsa hetse maobane.
Ke utlwile taba etsa hetse maobane mara nna ke ne ke sa tla ka e bona because a ke ile ka tsoga too much. Ke gone go bona ela ba tlhagisa ela mo di phone but ha ke gone go e lebella like fandiwane gore ke lebelle gore go etsa getse. Ke no bona fela mollo o tuka ke bona gore batho ba robetse mo fatshe ba shapuwe ba tetse madi. Ha ke tsebe gore go etsa galang ka gore ke utlwile ba re ba utswitse ba keneletse mmitsing ya batho.
Mara wena as motho o nna mo Zandspruit besides ntho etsa etseng maobane ke tlhalohanya o no seo o ikutlo jang o le community member ya Zandspruit, would you say le safe mo Zandspruit maphodisa le thusa ke a bona le amsebetsing ba bang ba lona la tshoga le zama mo ditrateng hoseng?
I'm not sure gore safe because the way go etsa galang ka te ene dintho tse dingata di etsiwa ke bana ba banyane ene gantsi rona re rata gona gana gore maybe dintho tse di etsiwa ke batho ba kantle gantsi re sa tsebe gore bana ba rona ba South Africa ke bone ba etsa ntho tse ile gore ga di right ene rona re zama go ba ruta bophelo bo bokaone bone ba etsa ntho tse di wrong so gora gore ga re safe ka mogokka gore le maphodisa ba etsa mo ba etsang teng mara gona le mo ba palelwang teng meaning gore ga re safe ha re sa tseba gore re tlo re tsontse go etsiweng go ska etsiwa ba e bona
ke lebogile mama a ke tsebe if wena o ka gona mpela mantsonyana a mabedinyana wena as mosadi o dula mo Zandspruit mona how do you kontlung ya hao bosiu o na le o tshaba gore ba ka o kenela re utlwile batho ba re bana lo ba kenela le masigo o na le o tshaba le wena
nna ke na le o tshaba gore ba tla ntsene nna ka gore di batho ba se batho mo go tsanna batho bosiu nna ke a tshaba gore ba ka ntsena bosiu.
And then in terms of maphodisa batho ba bangata ba bantsi mo Zandspruit ba re boleletse gore bana lo fonela maphodisa a ba sa fitlhi ka bonako ba senya nako ba bolella di excuses tse dintsi thata o feletsa se yanong le wena o tshontseng o ikirele something ya go protect o ka dumela
ona re founa maphodisa ba tsana gore ba fitlhe so that's why mphakathi o itsela matsogo gore ba itirile ka mo go ba dirang ka teng.
Well, Dumelo, I'm just going to explain to some of the viewers who might not have understood what these 2 ladies are saying is confirming what a lot of community members have been saying, that they don't feel safe in Zandspruit and they don't feel as though police are really here to be able to police the area and support them, and that is why you saw an incident such as the one that happened yesterday where community members took matters into their own hands and unfortunately 4 young men ended up dying. one of them saying that she fears sometimes just being at home alone at night because she understands that there's a lot of house breakings in the area, and she just fears being alone sometimes at night, especially as a female. So some people, for instance, Tumelo, imagine if you have to be at work at 8 o'clock and you work far from here. That means you have to leave your home at around 6 in the morning. And some of the community members have been complaining about, robberies that take place around that time as they go to work or they come back from work at night, where they don't feel safe. So that's the plight of the community here in Zandspruit, Dumelo. Not just the crime, but also the fact that police seem not to have it under control.
All right. Well, Masego, we have to leave it there, but also just making mention that we saw that statement coming in from, the MEC of Safety in Gauteng, obviously condemning this acts of violence. The question is, what measures will they take, practical measures, to ensure people are safe, or at least they feel, safe in their communities? Thank you, colleague, for that. Masego Ratlhaga out.